We live? There we are. Here we go. Evening, everyone. Good evening. Right, welcome back to Twilight Princess. You just remembered. Probably turn my gain back down on my microphone because I'm not. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have much of a sore throat tonight. I'm a little bit worn out from talking, class type talking, but I'll be fine. Should be fine. Anyway, welcome back. So we have a couple of things to do tonight. First of all, we can finish the water temple, obviously. Before that, I just realized that there's a couple of major side quests that I can do now, but won't be able to do for a little while if I don't do it now. Also, I realize there is a Howling Wolf sword technique I missed. I should have the dodge roll by now. I don't know where I missed it. I need to find out. In any case, yeah, there's a couple of side questy type things that I need to figure out. One, probably most notably, I need to go back to Zora's domain, and there's another bomb bag to be had in Zora's domain. Ooh, there's also those chests up there. I wonder if I can get to those. No, does not look like it. How do I do that? Well, whatever. I think to get to Zora's domain, one thing I can do is there should be a Zora over here that will take me back there. If not, I can always shoot myself up there with the cannon, I think. Hey, Imsimp, no need to apologize. You are, at least to my knowledge, under no obligation to be here. You missed some things, obviously. Some both game-related things and chat-related things. But not too bad. It's not too bad. Missing a couple of live streams is far from the end of the world. This is not like it's certainly not like missing a couple of classes. Which, man, my students do that all the time, so don't feel too bad. Nothing of too much interest here, I don't think. What do I need to do here? How and why do I need to call birds? Plum has no need to speak to humans. Ah, I see. I need to be a wolf. Which I can't do yet. I cannot become a wolf in the non-Twilight realm. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, the current. Oh no. Interesting. Okay, well that is unfortunate. Alright, well, fine. I will cannon myself, I suppose. That's how I have to do this. Which is going to require a great deal of swimming. For which I apologize. Anyway, so while I'm swimming across the lake, so I mean, I streamed last week very shortly after the election and the results and everything, and man, since then there have been memes galore. I will say that the leftist freakouts have been almost as overly dramatic this time as they were not last time, but not quite as much. I tend to be of the view that that there are probably overall going to be perhaps fewer. We can hope fewer. But almost certainly not as long-lasting leftist freakouts about Donald Trump. I don't think, especially after he has, already been president for 4 years. Excuse me. I don't think they can sustain the kind of hysteria that a lot of the left was sort of possessed by since 2016. I just genuinely don't really think so. I think that it's gonna that they're gonna calm things down a little bit. Maybe not enough, but they're probably gonna calm things down at least a little. Bottom of this lake is sacred place to the source. Yeah, I know that. All right, let's go up. Yeah. Repairs. We got a cannon you want me to repair, bud? Well, where is it? I can't repair it unless you bring it here. So what'll it be? We doing this? Yeah. Okay. I mean, oh, that's a thing later, by the way, having him repair a cannon for you. This is so absurd. Okay. Anyway, on we go. Now, I gotta figure out exactly how to get back to Zora's domain. What's this? Not the minigame. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's how. Okay, so Northern Hyrule Field, that's how. Got it. To do that, I will need Epona. Not need, but I will want Epona. Let's put it that way. By the way, I was also very aware of at this point, but was for the longest time deeply, deeply confused by the whole time crystals meme, the Donald Trump's time crystals thing. I had absolutely no idea what that was supposed to mean. Wait, no, bombs don't. That's not bombs. There's something else that let me get through there, I think. I forget what. But yeah, the whole Donald Trump's time crystals thing just confused me to no end for quite some time. But I have since gotten it, and I've come around to really, really enjoying it. I think it's very silly, but it's very fun. Oh, it's just rupees. Imsim says, it feels sometimes like we had the teacher leave and had Biden as a substitute, and the teacher finally came back. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And he just sort of fell asleep in the back of the classroom because he didn't really have a lesson plan, that sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, something like that. But yeah, I think it's about right. Biden left a note that said Vladimir is messing around bullying Zelensky. Oh, jeez. Well, and of course, he the substitute teacher, sort of let it happen, oh, jeez. Wow. All right. Um, I wouldn't say that he was, responsible for it, right? Just in real politics terms, or it's not like I don't think that in real politics terms, I don't think that Biden was responsible for the war in Russia and Ukraine. No, I will say that he didn't help matters. Certainly, Vice President Harris did not help matters. I know, like, specifically, we can point to Harris going directly to down there. No, I'm going to go up further. Going directly to Ukraine very shortly before everything went down, and when she did the opposite of helping. She basically encouraged Ukraine to F around because, the U.S. was there, had their back. Was, of course, the implication. Basically just laid out, like, a horrific moral hazard. And by laying out that sort of horrific moral hazard, she more or less, in effect, wound up encouraging Ukraine to fuck around. And I know, yes, fine, Russia invaded, but there was also all sorts of assurances about suggestions, I suppose, were more than assurances, that Ukraine would be, if not brought into NATO, at least welcomed in, which is horrifically reckless. Then also things like, basically encouraging Ukraine to just sort of keep fighting because the U.S. will back you forever, and that kind of tacit support, especially without any kind of end game, is just basically the definition of a moral hazard. It's a Goron. Oh, really? So Ukraine was the sole reason you didn't vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016? You wanted to poke Russia? Yeah. I think that's a good reason. That's a good reason not to. I don't want World War III. I don't know about you, but I really don't want World War III. And we meaning NATO, broadly speaking, which isn't us, but it's our governments. NATO has been pushing really, really hard against Russia. I don't know if you've heard about this. I know I've talked about it on the stream before, but there was a story that broke 3 or 4 months ago, maybe something like that. That NATO was essentially lending, basically, Ukraine weapon systems, these low altitude cruise missiles, basically, that were that relied on NATO intel to target. Like, they could not be fired without, 1, NATO personnel doing the firing, and 2, without being targeted by NATO provided data, and satellite feeds and radar reports and things like this. They couldn't be used without NATO approval, direct NATO involvement. And Ukraine's been using them. Great, yay! Thankfully, Russia has not reasonably retaliated and fucked up a NATO country, but it'd be hard to blame them, given the circumstances. I'm finally out, thanks, brother. I took a nap and found myself swallowed up in lava, and somehow very far from home. Oh, yes. Well, let me give you a token of my appreciation, brother. This is all I have on me right now. I hope it'll do. Full a bag with bombs. I got another bomb bag. Alright, cool. Swim up. Okay. Let's go dive down the waterfall. I think there is something in this pool down here too. If not, what's happening? Whee! What do you think? It's not a splendid waterfall. It's the largest in our domain. No, thanks. Oh, he'll just take me up there. Sweet, that's cool. Sinky time. Pretty sure I can use the water bombs on these rocks. I don't know what's under here, but I bet there's something. Maybe it's just rupees I can't fit. Anyway. Do you think any of this is part of the third secret of Fatima? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about the secrets of Fatima to say with any kind of certainty. Certainly, part of the concern. There always have been and always will be wars and rumors of wars, as they say. So it's not like this is anything particularly novel, you know. So how do I put this? I think that I don't know how to relate it to the secrets of Fatima, really. No, I'll say on a related note, I'll try and get back to Russia, Ukraine, I suppose. But I will say something unrelated. That this past week, the statue of Our Lady of Fatima, the one that was made shortly after, commissioned by the bishop at the time, in Portugal, in Fatima, was at our parish this past weekend. It's gorgeous, and so were the some of the first class relics of two of the three, the younger of the two of the three kids. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was very nice. Anyway, I don't know about that. I need to go as the wolf. Boat rental, huh? Let's go fishing first. I know there is a there's a bottle, an empty bottle to be had here, which will be nice. I'm about to do the fishing hole. I haven't yet. Basically, by the way, I left the Lakebed Temple right before the boss because I wasn't gonna have time for it last night. So I'm doing some side quests before I get back to it because I know that there's some long and dramatic story beats immediately after that temple. So I'm not gonna do it yet. Sinking lures prohibited. Prohibited. What happens if I just dive in? Oh, it is not that deep. There's the heart piece. I forget. There is something about the sinking lure. I do not remember what it is. Oh yeah, Im said, yeah, you were the one with the crush on the girl counter, weren't you? From when you were 10. Yeah, so there's the heart piece up there. I gotta figure out where the bottle is. No fish. Alright, let's do this. Let's check this out, shall we? you so happy. Hi there. Hey, you've never been here before, have you? Well, I'm the owner of this fishing hole. My name's Hannah. Nice to meet you. 20 rupees, try some lure fishing. There's no time limit. Canoe rentals included. We give it a shot? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Well, seeing how this is your first time and all, I'll throw in the guide service for free. Let's go fishing. Get fishing. Okay. Let's see if I can fish for a heart container. Woohoo! Hannah over Midness Reform. You said what you said. You did say what you said, but I don't know what. Oh yeah. Oh, something else you said greater than that I disagree with. Horse combat in Twilight Princess is better than horse combat in Breath of the Wild. Okay. I didn't exactly play Breath of the Wild, at least not yet. But at the same time, like, the horse combat in this game, while I will admit is really, really cool, it's not good. It's not actually very good. As far as like actual gameplay design goes, it's not actually well done. It's not good. Where's the bottle? I don't remember where the empty bottle is. Damn it. Oh no, that was so close. Build to hook it. Yeah, I know. I goofed it a little bit. I'll do better. Let me try again. Nah, it's too low. It went under. Never mind. Let's try somewhere else. You used to think that you could choose at the end of the game who you wanted to marry. Female characters would be lined up, Link pings one like it's the 10th century. I mean, look, I will say, Link certainly seems to have his options in this game. I was even making kind of some jokes about Tilma last week. Come on, giant fish. Come here. Why are you not? Come on. Am I just bad at this, or am I just... Alright, I was that close. The problem is the prow of the boat. I think. The major problem. Also, there's a really freaking big fish. Imsim says, philosophy and sociology question. Do you think watching anime can expose young children to provocative or soft porn at a young age? For example, a character in Pokemon having big melons. Oh, got it. That sort of thing. I think it can. It can. I mean, it just depends on the anime, and I don't think that. I don't think I was particularly influenced by Pokemon in that way. First fish causing using a lure. That's a fish to remember. Got yourself a definitive lake fish. Good old Hyrule bass. Your fish looks like 20 inches. Yeah, let's keep it. Nice. 20-inch Hyrule bass. Not bad. Yeah, I don't think that... I do think that there's certainly some age-inappropriate animes. Absolutely. But just anime by default, I don't think it's necessarily a problem. Oops, wrong way. I do think it can be a problem, though. Come back here. This is peak Zelda fishing. No Zelda game since has had fishing this good. No canoeing, switching lures. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom didn't have fishing like this. You have to swim to catch fish. I think they better try to fit the more medieval, at least gadget level, gadget technology base is still more medieval. At least it seems like it to me. Again, having not played either, I'm just going off of general vibes. Which is not, a good way of judging these things, I suppose. But, a fishing rod with a reel and a little plastic-looking, maybe it's wood. Let's be generous. Maybe it's wood. But like with three-pronged hooks like this, like all this is extremely modern equipment. And it being so modern, it has always been a little bit jarring. This sort of thing. What is that? That thingy. The gar? I live in Florida, so my assumption is it's a gar. But I could be wrong. I assume it probably isn't, actually. Oh, no, it's like a snook or something. Cool. Whatever you are, I like you. But in almost no scenario in real life would you go swimming to catch a fish. Unless you're like catfish gigging or something. Is it gigging? Or is that for something else? This thing is a fighter. Whatever it is. I also still need to find the damn bottle. I used to work as a substitute teacher. That's cool. A lot of little kids are really into Demon Slayer, very bloody anime. No cursing, lots of blood and gore. Yeah, I don't know about Demon Slayer. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is demons, and that's good. I think it's a good thing to teach. You know, that demons are evil and ought to be, you know, mercilessly destroyed when confronted, and that they're, you know, tricky little fucks and all that. But fine. But like, yeah, I don't think I haven't watched Demon Slayer, at least not more than like clips. But yeah, that strikes me as far too violent for. I mean, it depends on the age of the kids, but like middle school, maybe but pushing it. I would say if anything, maybe high school. Okay, come on. Maybe high school would be appropriate for something like Demon Slayer. Almost got it. Almost got it. I think the Zora armor is comfortable with soaking wet. I assume it works like a wetsuit, and so it like retains heat, that kind of thing. Come on, get over here. I'll tell you what's uncomfortable: the shape of Link's spine right now. Look at that. Ugh, he hurts to look at, man. Come on. There we go. Now look at that. You landed a Hylian pike. And you were ever crazy about this fish. Let's keep it. Okay, where's that bottle? Somebody tell me where the bottle is. Is it over there? Okay, never mind. I can't. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to cast over the bridge. And it's probably for the best. It sounds slightly dangerous. Can I catch a duck? I don't think I can catch a duck. Do I need the sinking lure to find the bottle? Is that what I need? That cheating sinking lure. Somebody help me. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll do it. I'll look it up. Hmm. Another bass. This one came in much easier. Wow, okay.
Oh.
A roll bass. 20 inches. Yeah, I already have a nice 20 incher. Should Catholics seek the prohibition of corn based solely on the fact that it's accessible to under... Oh, see, you're confusing me by using the YouTube appropriate word, or the YouTube friendly word, I guess you call it. Version of porn. Based solely on the fact that it's... You probably should continue using the censorship friendly word, but I'm not. I refuse to do that bullshit. I hate this. I have a funny story about the stupid YouTube language police thing in a moment, but I'll answer your question first. So, do you think that Catholics should support the prohibition of porn based solely on the fact that it's accessible to underage children? If so, would this be achieved? What legislation or societal changes should happen? I don't think. So when I say this, keep in mind that when I say I think Catholics should, I'm just putting forward an ethical and political prescription. I'm not making anything like a statement either about or with magisterial authority. And I'm not saying anything that is that I take to be at all binding on all Catholics with article of faith or with religious conviction or anything like that. So caveats away. Here we go. I don't think that at least in our current society, I don't think that it would be wise, it would be prudent. It might not even be just, at least under present circumstances, to outright ban pornography. Mostly because it would involve a few things. A few problems. One, it would almost certainly rely on the I know it when I see it principle, which is a really bad legal standard. I don't trust almost any legislator to be able to tell the difference between what is pornographic and what is not. Or really to be able to tell the difference between anything and anything else. I don't trust legislators. So that's one thing. The fact of it being nearly impossible in our present society, at least, to adjudicate. That's a big problem. Another big problem is what it would require. The actual prohibition would require a great deal of control in the hands of the state, control especially of the internet. And that is courting disaster. It's extremely dangerous to place that kind of control over the internet in the hands of the state, and to do so with anything approaching legitimacy. I think that that's critically dangerous, and I think that it will absolutely cause more harm than good. Because first it'll be pornography, but then that power will inevitably extend to all sorts of other things that the state doesn't like, and that may just include, distance. Oops, wrong section. Fishing hole. Okay. To the east side, there's a bridge with a sign in front of it. Fish to the right of the bridge with your normal fishing pole. Oh, Oh, I see. Thank you, the internet. I actually think I have a like hard copy, either Nintendo Power or Prima strategy guide. Wait, I can change lures. Oh, big fish in deep waters, spinner lure, nervous fish. That's cool. I forgot about the different lures. Now, let's call it quits for now. Yeah. We'll come back to it later. There's no problem coming back to it later. Hey, all done? Woo, that was fun, wasn't it? Put the fish you captured into the tank. We should fish together again sometime. We will. Absolutely. Now. What? I'll say as well, though, don't take this the wrong way. But I don't think that underage children are the sole or even really the primary difficulty, let's say, with pornography. I think it's a problem for everybody. It's just as much of a problem for grown-ass adults as it is for kids. That is not an empty bottle. That is. Alright, nice. Okay, cool. I'm going to need more water bombs. Can Midna warp me?
It was me.
No.
Have power anything.
Not yet. Right, because I need to transform in order to warp. I can't transform yet. Darn. Alright, well, that's fine. So ImSim says, you've heard it distorts and hurts real intimacy by creating these ridiculous expectations where sex is supposed to look like two scripted models sleeping with each other. Yeah, yeah, that is an aspect of it, right? And it's also, like, it can set bad expectations, especially for kids, right? For young people who are you know, don't already know what sex is actually like. If they get their impression from pornography, then then they're definitely going to be getting the wrong impression of sexual interaction. Like, you know, whatever weird scenarios or whatever weird fetish stuff or whatever. Particularly if it gets to extremes, and that comes to you know, form your sexual outlook, if you will. That's going to warp your expectations when you actually get into the bedroom. You know? And so it's especially if you sort of combine that with the modern sort of hookup culture. Where, you know, relatively young people are hooking up with each other and just sort of having sex with no expectation of commitment. There's no real penalty, I guess you'd say, social or emotional or what have you, for mistreating one's sexual partner. And so there's a weird incentive structure to make it happen, to make that sort of thing more common and likely. And that's not good. It's very, very, very bad. And Sim says, I remember as a little kid thinking sex was kissing while lying down, because when watching The Simpsons, you'd see Homer and Marge kiss under the covers and implied sex. Yeah, I mean, there are worse conclusions to come to. Put it that way. A customer? Wait, hold on. That's not her voice. Wait. She was like Valley Girl. I had her like Valley Girl, right? Sorry, but we're temporarily closed. Why? I don't want you to be closed. I want to take a boat down to the river. Can I not do this? Why not? I want to. Oh, okay, fine. I guess not. Me. Okay, what else do I need to do before I go back to the temple? Anything else? Oh, so I need to kill shadow creatures. Do I? That's interesting. Huh. All right, I'll see if I can do this. But yeah, I do think that okay. So on this more general note of like looking at The Simpsons and pornography. Oh hey, here we go. There we go. Twilight Portal, Shadow Portal, whatever. I do think that our what would you call it? Our there we go. Our ideas about sex can absolutely be formed by media in a lot of ways. And in a lot of cases, in not particularly not quite rightly ordered ways, let's say. Pornography is probably the worst way of this happening, but not the only way. Right? I mean, look, we all know and don't want to acknowledge, but it's true, that a lot of furries were created by things like Disney movies. Probably Zootopia. And honestly, I probably narrowly escaped this somehow. Because I was really into the Star Fox series as a kid. I love Star Fox, and I played Star Fox Adventures, the Dinosaur Planet one, when I was just like preteen, right? I luckily avoided becoming a furry because of Crystal. So great. There, but for the grace of God, go I, right? Anyway, though, yeah, it's that sort of thing can absolutely happen, and it's not just with explicitly sexual media. It can your young people, children, but even into like teenage years, are impressionable in very bizarre ways, in ways that we don't always anticipate. Like even we at the time, or we as adults looking back on it, or looking at either our children or children today, or what have you. There's also I'll talk about this while I'm doing this minigame. Here, let's get through this, because there's something else related to this I kind of wanted to talk about. Whoa, that scared me! Who are you? How can you keep your cool fighting monsters like that? Oh, wow, you... Wow, what a champ you are! Well, are you just standing around jawing for? Come on inside. Okay. Golly. Talk about scary. I thought I was done for. Things have been getting pretty crazy around here, let me tell you. Thanks for earlier. My name's Isa. I rent boats here. Well, I used to rent boats here. Then we had a rock fall and a dam the river up. Yeah, I could sure use a helpful guy around at times like this. Yep, a handy guy would sure be a big help around here. Oh. Really? You're a lifesaver. Wait, Hannah is also their sister. I realized she was related to the other guy with the giant afro, but I figured the hair was the genetic indicator, hence making them both sound hippie-ish. I didn't realize Hannah was part of this crew, but I guess so. It makes sense. I guess. Well, you think you could do something about that rock? I'll give you some bombs and arrows. Just put them together and shoot bomb arrows at the thing. Oh, she gave me another whole thing. Another whole bomb bag. Sweet. Boom. Boom. Woo! You did it! Well, my gal tells me there's still some rocks blocking the way along the river, so you should take care of those too. Here's the boat. Hop in. Now, it's a teensy bit dangerous downriver of here, so don't leave the boat, okay? One of our part-timers is waiting down there, so you can get the details from her. And when you're done, you can keep that bomb bag and everything in it as a token of my appreciation. So, be seeing you! Oh my god, this thing is warbly. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. I had completely forgotten how flumpy the controls for this are. God. No, 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 come on. I know I have arrows. I know I have arrows. I'm just freaking out. No, that's all. I'm just chill. All right, let me figure this out. Poorly. Woo! Oh my god. Did I not blow it up? Ah. Come at the request of the shop owner, haven't you? Well, I'm here in her employ, part-time for now. I'm sorry, we've troubled you so. See, those rocks are blocking the natural flow of the river. Oh, you need to use bomb arrows. Yeah, I know. I'm perfectly aware of that. I just tried to, okay? Woo! Yeah, did it. You did it! Thank you! The water's already begun to flow. Then I shall guide you to the mouth of the river. Follow me. I will try. Oh, jeez. Thanks for leaving all the rupees. Don't you have, like, a job? I'm not with this. Maybe I can blame my control stick. I don't know. Or it's just a little flimpy, you know? Or I'm a little flimpy. Who knows? Anyway, so the other thing that I was wanting to bring up, I have full rupees, so. The other thing I wanted to bring up was, the fact that kids these days seem to be more generally averse to sex. By which I mean they tend to, not that they're averse to sex so much as they're averse to relationships between the sexes in general. Right? Whether that is more broadly, committed heterosexual relationships. But then also, more specifically, like, even... I would even say just sort of casual hooking up is on a downward decline, is on a downward trend, but I'm not even sure. Can I get a grande mocha latte with caramel and lactose-free whipped cream, please? Thank you. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's the voice I was going for. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed. You've truly done us a great service. Now the shop can finally reopen. When we're closed, my boss's temper only got worse and worse. It was a rough time for all of us. Oh, and another thing. I don't suppose she promised you anything special for doing this, did she? Just that bomb bag, right? Yes, she tends to bribe people with whatever's lying around. It's so stingy, really. It's all right. I'll let her know you kept it when I get back. Okay, cool. Bag with bombs. Yeah, it seems to me that and this is, I think, backed up by some research, that kids these days, broadly speaking, are averse to anything that might suggest any kind of commitment. You know, whether that commitment is like an actual, you know, marital or semi-marital relationship, or even if that is the commitment, or maybe I should even just say the communication required to delineate the nature of a particular kind of a relationship. Like, there seems to be a trend among Gen Z, particularly, at least among the Gen Zers I happen to know, the few who I speak to about this sort of thing, where they don't tend to get into things like relationships very easily. And it's never quite clear to them or to anybody else what their sort of relationship status is. At least not, you know, before a great deal of water bombs. Like a great deal of probably way too much discernment winds up being required to even just establish that, you know, we're dating or whatever. That winds up taking a lot, way more effort than it probably should. And by probably should, I mean way more effort than it should. It absolutely should not take that degree of effort, that much hemming and hawing and planning and thinking carefully and time, and not to overly stereotype, but, you know, you shouldn't have to have sex with each other that many times before you figure out that you're, you know, want to date. Anyway, I don't know. It's I like to think that the kids are all right. The kids are doing better and better as they go. But I don't know. They're better in some ways. They're better off in some ways, and they're much worse off in other ways. So, anyway, welcome back. Without further ado, we're off. There's more water bombs. This is what I was. Oh, it's arrows. Okay, whatever. Bloop. Good. Okay. Any more treasure? Basement 1. That's it. It's on the way down in the central chamber. That's it. Just rush on by, huh? Oh, okay. No, I can just... Ooh, hello. There we go. Wait. Ah, gotcha. Do I have to go down? Do I have to go lower? Aha. A chest. It's a stamp, okay. Alright, anyway. Anyway, what led to this revelation was a study was brought to my attention recently that was about what was it? So it was a study on sexual activity among young people, college-age young people, like college co-eds. Cool. That was first conducted around, I think, in the 1970s. And they had students, single heterosexual male, female students, like one of each, in a room as part of the experiment. And they were basically told that they were just waiting. Very cool. And the roofie. And they were told that they were just waiting, right? Oh, frick. I've been eaten. Game over, man. What? Where did you come from? Yeah, I know. Okay, I get it. Yeah, Z-target the eyeball. Of course I Z-target the eyeball. Where is it? Damn it! Really? Get away from me. Damn it! Can't skip. I didn't mean to skip. I just wanted to frickin' switch my buttons. Oh, come on, man. Damn it. Okay, this is actually, like, difficult. Why is this so difficult? I think I got another fairy. Yeah. Damn it. Come on, man. Fuck. Okay. And it swallowed it right away. I have to do it from way out here, I think. Okay, fine. Yeah. Bombfish? Okay. Okay, so anyway, they put these college kids, again, straight single man, straight single woman, together in a room, and as part of the experiment, just as a unexpectedly, it was not like shown to be part of the experiment. The lights turned off. It was played off as like this was a malfunction, something was wrong. And they had them in the room together, and the lights turned off. And basically, the experiment was trying to figure out, okay, what will these kids do if they are in a room alone together with, you know, an attractive single member of the opposite sex? What are they going to do when the lights turn off? Oh, this is very cool. And so, you know, one of the obvious responses, and what was in fact the majority of the cases, they basically just started making out and groping each other, and, you know, fooling around a little bit. I don't actually think that there were any instances. I haven't read the study, but I don't think there were any instances of them actually having sex. But I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. Yes. That part was much easier, but that was very cool. But in a lot of cases, they would, you know, they'd make out, they'd fool around a little bit, grope each other a bit, that kind of thing. Presumably all consensual and everything, but that was a very common, probably majority response back in the 1970s. Now, they ran this experiment again a few years ago. 2017 or 18 or something like that. And the vast majority of them, I don't know if any of them were like doing anything even remotely sexual. If there were, it was a tiny, tiny minority. And most people just sort of sat awkwardly in silence, and some of them talked to each other. That's it. Right? That's what happened. And so this seems to me like a very radical change that happened over 40 or 50 years. I don't know. It might be a positive change. But it's probably not for good reasons. Because this was also during the height of my observation of pathological introversion. And so this is something else that I've noticed in my own teaching. That I'll often run a thought experiment that goes something like this. I'll give the choice between two superpowers. You can either have the power of flight or the power of invisibility. Now, traditionally, this usually winds up being a sort of personality test. And that it goes, flight people want to have fun, want to get around, aren't very practical, and they're usually more boisterous, more outgoing. Invisibility people tend to be more introverted, more lonesome, but also more devious and conniving. Because usually when you're asked, when I ask them why would they would choose invisibility, crime. Usually crime. That's the expected sort of traditional answer. Going back to when this first was this came from an NPR segment by John Hodgman from like 2004 or something. Maybe even before that. Right. And I teach this in the context of the Ring of Gyges, right, as a kind of temptation to get away with things that you ordinarily would not get away with. Right. So anyway, that's the expectation. But there was a few years there between like 2015 and 2017 or 18, maybe something like that, where the majority of students who chose invisibility did not do so for criminal purposes, but did so to be left alone. So I could just be invisible and not have people bother me. People wouldn't know that I'm even there. Which is not good. I mean, fine, you're not turning immediately to a life of crime. That's always nice, but that, I think, speaks very negatively of psychological trends in our society. And I think since then this has been kind of repudiated. Just because, I mean, during COVID, introverts took over the world and ruined it. So they kind of lost a bit of their reputation, I suppose. Something like that. What are you going to do? Yoink. I'll just take that, thanks. No, don't resent me for all I've put you through. I need this thing. It already looks like you're wearing one, but whatever. Besides, we have to do something about Zont, the one who thinks he's the king of shadows. His power is a false one. I'll prove it using these. So, I've done everything I need to. I'm sorry for dragging you all over the place with me. Would I rather hang out with Zont or Majora? I don't know. Zont is less dangerous. Probably. I probably go Zont. He would be annoying, though, I'm pretty sure. Zont is one of those guys who saw every version of the Joker that has ever been put to film and said literally me to every single one of them. That's Zont right there. I don't think he'd be a fun person to hang around, but he'd be far less likely to be one, to just outright try to do me harm, or then two, we'd be less likely to get into trouble because, again, hanging with Majora's a like an innate spirit of chaos, and I don't know if I have the force of personality to resist that sort of thing. I hope so, perhaps, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to put myself to the test. Let's put it that way. Was this the best Zelda water dungeon? Maybe. I lean towards yes. Ocarina of Time gives it some competition. But probably. I would say probably. It's up there. It's certainly up there. I was saying last week that Majora's Mask is my least favorite water dungeon. Everyone says, oh, the Ocarina of Time was so hard. Yeah, well, I guess, but only because of like bad button controls of Iron Boot controls. Yes, I would like to see. Oh, you liked Majora's Mask? I did not. I did not like it. The whole like swimming around through the directional currents thing, just getting around from place to place, and it was just irritating. Oh, well, hi there. He's here for your hangout. Listen, I'd rather hang out with Zont than Majora, you know? I also don't really have anything Zont would want. Like I don't have any. I don't have. I'm not like Midna's bestie. I'm not. You know, I don't have the fused shadows or any other sorts of dark magic that he would want or need. Yeah, he's a power hungry psychopath, but Majora's even worse. I don't know. I feel like Zont is most of the time when he's got his mask on and everything, he's overcompensating for him being an innately silly kind of guy. And I like silly guys. You know, I am a silly guy. Hopefully I'm not that silly. He's the annoying kind of silly. But, you know. Did you honestly mean to take an ancient and withered power like this and turn it against me? You are a foolish traitor, Midna. Ooh, if Zont's robes were commercially available, would you buy them and walk around them with just underwear, a tank top, and slippers that resemble his helmet? What? Wait, hold on. If Zont's robes were commercially available, would you buy them and walk around? Oh yeah. There's a lot of like really intricate carvings and a lot of the costuming and stuff for Majora's Mask. The texture work on the character design is just top notch. Love it in this game. I'm not sure what you're asking. Would I wear like? Would I rather wear a tank top and slippers that resemble his helmet, or his robes? Because I thought the question was just going to be, would you wear his robes if I could get a hold of them? And the answer is probably yes. I don't know about the underwear and tank top and slippers. That's something I haven't gone out and about in that sort of thing. I used to very often, especially when it's cold out, go to marching band practice without a shirt on. So there's that. I was back in college though, and a little bit in high school. But no, anyway, yeah, no, his robes are sick. I absolutely love them. Why do you defy your king? My king, you who do nothing but abuse the magic of your tribe, you must be joking. How dare you? There it is again. How dare you? That's it. He's Greta Thunberg now. Are you implying that my powers are old magic? No, I can't do the voice long enough. Never mind, I'm going back to what I was doing. I can't do this. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Okay, so all right, let me try and figure out what you're saying. If they turn Zont's robe into the robe people wear at home, like a bathrobe kind of thing. Okay. Would you buy it and wear them like Tony Soprano, just tank top and undies underneath it? Buy slippers that resemble his helmet. Oh yeah. Like if I could get a bathrobe version of that design of this, bitchin', man, that's awesome. I don't know. To be fair, I have like 3 fairly nice bathrobes. So maybe I wouldn't need another bathrobe. It might be better. It might work better as like a raincoat, you know, with a hood, like a raincoat kind of material, like a plastic sort of hood, because you can get a nice shape that would not quite be that whole conical thing, but could resemble this decently well. Anyway, this whole ensemble I think would work well as like an overcoat or like a raincoat kind of thing. I think it could work. I think it could work really well. There are better outfits to turn into a bathrobe. I mean, I wouldn't say no. Not say no. But there are other outfits that would be better to turn into a bathrobe. Also, like I said, I have like 3 really nice bathrobes. I've got like a Chinese silk one. I've got a really nice traditional plaid, like a what is it? Royal Stewart tartan plaid. It's a nice soft one. I've got a nice long that soft towel material, like a white whole thing's white. It's basically like wearing a really nice soft towel, which just, oh man, that one's probably my favorite. It's pretty warm though, so it's only for wintertime. I also sadly have to get going to an evil meeting, part of the leadership right, like Utah organization. Well, God bless. Stay as true as you can. That is a joke. This power is granted to me by my god. It is the power, is the magic of the king of Twilight. Oh, shoot. Can't read fast in the voice. All right, well, catch you in Discord then. I'll see you. Feel free to catch up with later. Ooh, whatever that is, that's not good. My Midna, did you forget? That beast is one of the light dwellers who oppressed our people. No matter how much you may desire otherwise, you will never be more than a shadow in their world. You cannot consort with their kind. But if we can make their world ours, Midna, light and darkness will meet at last. Our tribe will take back their realm, and sweet darkness will blot out this harsh light. And that, Midna, is why I need you. Ugh. Not just for me, but for all our people. Lend me your power. So be it. I will return you to the light world you covet. Well, thanks, Lasher. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Link, hero chosen by the goddesses. Go to the princess locked away in the castle. That princess holds the key that can unlock you from your shadow form. Oh man, love this. Music's so part of the best music of the game, by the way. No, I don't want to deal with that. I hate that the combat music interrupts it. I really hate that the combat music interrupts it. It's Midna's Lament. This is one of my favorite songs in the series, in the whole Zelda series. And yeah, I know Zelda's got some amazing music, but like when it lets me listen to it, it's pretty great. What? Ah. Oh, I can't do the target thing because Midna's out. Oh, shoot. Thanks, Scott. How you doing? Ah, Twilight was your first Zelda game. Very nice. Even though I can't remember much of that experience, the music always stuck with me. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It was not my first, actually. My first was Ocarina of Time, which is a good one to start with. Twilight Princess, to be fair, is also not a bad one to start. I just hate the rain. I can't get comfortable whether I sit or stand. Maybe my sixth sense is trying to tell me something. Hello, cat. Yeah. Excuse me. Wolf carrying a little gremlin coming through. I need this, I assume. Can I pick it up, please? Can I please? There. Thank you. How do I get in? How do I get in? Oh, so you did. Oh, yeah, you started Ocarina of Time. Would have been gladly taking my first Zelda game. Yeah, nah, it's really good. His meeting will be canceled. Meeting. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, Bar. That's right. Thomas Bar has a way in, doesn't it? Way into the castle. My first time in this town. I'm looking for someone named Luis. She's supposed to know where the town. Where's the bar? This way. Come this way, cat. I forgot that Thomas Bar has a route into the castle. That's right. Yeah, no, Ocarina is really good. I don't know. I think this game might be slightly better. Oh, yeah, everything's wet. Of course it is. Overall, I think this game might be a little bit better than Ocarina. If anything, like, the problem with this game, if anything, is the pacing. It's really long, and it seems like it has a bunch of false stops, you know? Yeah, come on, man. To get in there. You there. You're Link, correct. Hey, Louise. Oh, yes, I thought so. I could just tell, you know. Luis, do you remember me in this shop before? Though I don't think we were properly introduced. Meet Tail. Welcome back. In any case, I must tell you, I'm a bit puzzled as to why you look like that. Really, dear, you can't blame the humans for tossing you out the way you look. Okay. Oh, another patient. You certainly are a curious sort. Princess Zelda. This way. Here, get in through the window. The attic is connected to the castle's waterway. It's an old waterway, though, so it could be a rough trip. Well, I suppose that's all that's left to do is make sure that the humans don't notice you. Meow. Meow. Sorry this is taking so long, Midna. I know you're dying and everything, but... Night, Scott. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again. Jeez. Oh, I have to not knock over frickin' pots. Okay. Do this. The elder told me to escort Telma, but the city air does not suit my skin. I'd wait to return home and soak in the hot spring. I heard that an acquaintance of Telma defeated the beast that has been attacking tourists on the bridge. His name was Link. It sounds as though he brought Telma and her young ward to Kakariko village. And here I was, thinking Hyrule was empty of many valor. That's a man, right? Can't tell. Oh no, I don't believe he's from Hyrule proper at all. No, my understanding is that he's from the small neighboring province of Ordona. This may sound horribly elitist, but people who do not know the city simply do not know fear. Wow, okay. Rude. Alright, let's go. Oh. What? This does not seem like a passage through the sewer. Hey, where did that ghost come from? Hey, you! Don't just stand there, get that ghost! I got your soul. Cool. Oh, thanks for beating the ghost. Can I call you Doggy? I'm Giovanni. I became consumed by greed long ago and sold my soul to a dark creature that did this to me. I can't move. I can't go see my girlfriend. My pet cat Gangle is frozen on my head. I don't think I could be more miserable. I have to ask you a favor, Doggy. Can you find and defeat the 20 ghosts that lurk in the dark for me? I think if you could free the pieces of my soul from the ghosts that hold them, I'll be free. Oh, but it's raining out now, so I don't think you can go outside directly. I'll open the door to the underground waterway for you. That's a chest. Alright then. Once the rain stops, you can come back in here by digging around the front wall where the cats gather. Understand, Doggy? I don't like your teeth. Yeah, right here. I don't like your pointy teeth. Not a big fan. Oh, here we go. Well, you guys go ahead and swim around. I don't care. Not my business. Chunk. Whee! I don't think I want to fight a Skulltula, or worse, 2 Skulltulas. In dog form. There we go. Okay. That was really annoying. Oh. Is that it? Hmm. Let's keep going. Yeah, Twirly Tail. Midland's Lament is one of my favorite tracks in all of Zelda, really. I don't know if it is my favorite overall, but it's definitely up there. Stupid rats. It is absolutely one of my favorites. It does as good or better of a job than almost anything else of setting the tone that it needs to set. I will say that for absolute certain. It does that so spectacularly well. Just, yeah, that's fine. It's also such a simple composition. It's almost exclusively piano, with a tiny bit of orchestral strings coming in. But only at like a few certain points, like basically for maximal emotional impact. Like, it's really good. Bye! This part. There's few little parts where strings show up, and only for a couple of bars, too. This goes back to piano. Oh, shoot. No, I didn't fall that far. Hold on, Linda. I'd like you not to fall. Huh? Ow. Okay. Through here? Right? Shoot. I'd kind of forgotten as well that this whole segment is significantly without a lot of the standard wolf mechanics because you're without Midna, and I'd forgotten like how essential Midna is to so much of wolf combat. Can I? Okay. That didn't work. Oopsie. No, I don't want you, bird. Leave me alone. I'm busy. Go away. There we go. Here we go. This also does such a great job at endearing you, the player, to Midna. Like, in part, just her being in crisis and being so vulnerable, but then also this, right? This point here, that she is, like, very clearly at this point, far more concerned about Link than about herself. Just in that moment of vulnerability, she shows this deep heart to who she has, which you know you wouldn't expect. You would not think of that. Please tell me. How do we break the curse on this one? Hey Grace, how you doing? How's it going tonight? This is the one. You need him to save your world. That's why, Princess. Please, you must help Link. What binds him is a different magic than what transformed him when we first passed the curtain of Twilight. It is an evil power. Our world is one of balance. Just as there is light to drive away darkness, so too there is benevolence to banish evil. Head for the sacred grove that lies deep within the lands guarded by the spirit Faron. There you will find the blade of evil's bane. It was crafted by the wisdom of the ancient sages, the Master Sword. The Master Sword is a sacred blade that evil can never touch. Evil cloaks you like a dark veil, and that blade is the only thing that can cleave it. Link, hero sent by the goddesses. Like you, I have been granted special powers by the goddesses. Link, you can get to the woods on your own, right? Princess, one last request. Can you tell him I'm the Mirror of Twilight? Midna, I believe I understand now just who and what you are. Despite your mortal injuries, you act in our stead. These dark times are the result of our deeds, yet it is you who reap the penalty. Accept this now, Midna. I pass it to you. No, Link, stop her.
My grace.
Go back, Link. Back to Farron Woods. Zelda, I've taken all you had to give. Didn't want it. Cool, we can warp now. Can we just warp to the woods instead of out here? That'd be nice. You're not going to let me warp to the woods. Midnight, you can't just warp me to the... Whoop! Okay, okay. That's why. Let's warp, please, to Farum Province. North Farronwoods, right? Whoop. Wait. Really Tell says, I'd love to see a remake of this game like they did to SS. Wait, SS, which one was... Which one do you mean? Is that it? Skyward Sword. Wait, they did a Skyward Sword remake? What? I don't remember a Skyward Sword remake. Hello, monkey. Oh, they did a Switch remake of Skyward Sword. Really? I didn't even know that. But yes, I do think that there absolutely needs to be a Switch release of this game. Absolutely. Like, I'm playing on an emulator, right? Because I'm playing on PC, and I'm using an Xbox controller, which is kind of an abomination for this sort of thing. But, like, yeah, I'm playing on an emulator. I'm playing the Switch version on an emulator. Or not the Switch, the Wii U version on an emulator. Because well, first of all, I don't have a capture card for any of my consoles, but there's that. But also, just because this game is so hard to get a hold of in basically any form. I've bought it twice, but I can't exactly play it on stream like that. So, what are you gonna do? Did you save me? Thank you. Listen, since you're so nice, let me tell you something. There's really a pretty wooded area on the other side of this cliff. I climbed over there, but when I tried to get deeper into the woods, those guys attacked me. What's in those woods, anyway? Let's go. Free forest, cliff, careful, familiar, green clad, hero. Oh, jeez. So, there's another section of forest beyond the cliff. Alright, Link, let's go. Cool. Windy. Oops. Gosh, Erica's sitting there twiddling her thumbs during D&D. Been an entire combat. My paladin is about to die. Oh no, shouldn't have been reading. Literally haven't hit a single attack for 4 rounds. I hate that. And you have what, 2 attacks at least at this point? Haven't hit with a single one? That's rough. With multi-attack with 8 die rolls and not a single hit. God, that's rough. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I don't know your DM. I know that song. Nope. Yay! Oh god, enemies up around 18 AC. Yeah, like I said, I think that this might be a... Let me just put it this way. You've had similar experiences with this game, several times. Makes me wonder if it might be a DM issue. I'm just saying. I hate to say it, but that comes off as mean and judgy, doesn't it? I don't know. Having played a whole bunch of D&D, if it becomes a problem like that, where any given player, especially multiple players, are bored during combat, part of it could just be the bad die rolls. Could just be bad die rolls. But like, I don't know, having that much bad luck, maybe it is just bad luck, maybe, fine, but it's a weird spot. Oh, I see, it's in the field. Okay, I see it. Yeah, that does not seem like a... I don't know. It doesn't seem like that should be an ordinary occurrence, let's put it that way. To me. I don't know the details, so I could be judging too quickly, but it seems like it to me, that's all. That's it. Oh. Zelda's Lullaby. We did it. I love how they integrated the songs and a lot of the old characters and all kinds of things like this. Oh. The Skull Kids and whatever those are. And what is essentially the Lost West. My map. No. I gotcha. Oh, he's not letting anyone re-roll a charm save when the enemy hits them? Dude. Was this vampire spawn or vampires or something? That's not right. That's just... Look, there are much better ways of making a particular kind of enemy more threatening that don't involve, like, locking down player characters. Where are the bastards? What do you got? I think we're getting that die so I can dip. Yeah, that's not a great sign. Oh, here we go. Where's this trumpet playing little bastard? Gotcha. Poof. Kind of like the Skull Kid. The one not possessed by Majora. To be fair, I've always kind of liked the Skull Kid, so. All versions, really. Oh yeah, the Skull Kid is a lot more ugly than Ocarina. That is true. That's very true. Oh, you're up there. Interesting. Okay. Let's figure this out. Scraggle ourselves up here. Cool though. I love the design. The like marionette painting and stuff, like on his face. I really like this design. Look, man, we really don't have to fight. But you're gonna make me, aren't you? how many times do you beat things? They keep coming back. We ought to lay down a field of dark energy to beat them all at once. That's... Yeah! There we go. I did that. There we go. Anyway, so something to think about. I've been thinking about lately. There is a an academic conference coming up at San Diego. That it's the one I've briefly mentioned, or I think brought it up before. On the subject is power, which is pretty vague, honestly. And it's intentionally so. It's like it's deliberately good. Because the point of the conference is to be, you know, nice and interdisciplinary, to include all kinds of different subjects and expertise, and all kinds of different academics, and that kind of thing. So, I get it. Got him. Okay, it's while he's blowing the toot that you can get him. So anyway, I've thought about different things I could be submitting. I mentioned last week I was thinking about reworking an essay I've been sort of vaguely working on usury. I mean, because I'm working on an argument to say that usury is a form of, or sorry, not usury, that intellectual property is a form of usury. Or at least relying on intellectual property protection is a form of usury. Essentially my argument would be that it relies upon the power and force of the state to enforce what is an unnatural monopoly. Okay. But that is a little bit of a stretch to call that on the theme of power. You know? I mean, you can make an argument that has something to do with power. It's about state power, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch. Then again, I do fully expect a lot of, if not all, or most of these essays to be a little bit of a stretch. Because academics really love to do that thing where they've got a topic and it has absolutely nothing to do with what the conference is actually about, but they really want to talk about their thing, so they talk about their thing and they make it about the conference. All right, fine, whatever. So, maybe I'll do that. But I was also thinking, because I already wrote a paper on power for a journal that's also affiliated with St. Leo, called Rebus. I'll try and link the article. And it's the title, Potestas Neque Auctoritas, which is power but not authority. And the idea is to conceptually distinguish between power and authority, which are usually sort of combined in their oh boy. Yeah, we think of power and authority as being combined, or the same thing. Your guardians guide us to where we once stood, then to enter the true sacred grove. Okay. Again. Okay. So if I go, whoop! Did I got smushed. Okay, that doesn't work like that. Okay. All right. Shoot, this is an interesting puzzle. Anyway, so okay. Right. So I could. So the other. Shoot, start over. So this is essentially. I could represent the same topic as a talk as instead of as a. Or actually, sorry, yeah. Instead of submitting it as a paper, I could send it forward as a talk, which is the thing I can do. Right. There's nothing too weird about doing that. But yeah, putting it forward as a talk, I could do basically something similar. Not quite the same thing, but something relevant to something. Damn it. Nah, I goofed it. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I could do something like that. Or I could make something like call it a sequel article. A follow-up piece, if you will. Sort of. The next sort of one would be could be potentially an expansion of and a more research focused examination of a paper I'd done previously, which was published on my blog, which is called "Kings Who Abdicate by Ruling," and it's sort of a very basic introduction to the concept of anarcho-monarchism. Which is a topic that has always really fascinated me. I think I goofed this too. Okay, no, I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, excellent. So this is essentially the argument. The very short version of it. I'll put a link to this one as it stands in the description as well. Because I would be going back through it and adding some more research and more primary sources and research, that sort of research. They yield the passage. The very short version of the argument is that it would be delineating authority as the right to declare what ought to be done, which is based upon the capacity to tell the truth, to be correct. And so a ruler, a monarch, king, who has authority, but enforces that rulership, loses that authority by attempting to enforce their rulership, both because they shouldn't have to, but then more fundamentally, by enforcing a command, particularly one that is not in direct defense of personal property, right? A defense against a crime, say. That enforcing their commands, through the use of power, through the direct application of power, that is essentially that's essentially unjust. And by acting unjustly, you abdicate the authority that you had to act justly in a reliable manner. The other argument I would make, which I kind of alluded to this before, is that legislation is a kind of blasphemy or usurpation of God's authority. We have this sub-creative capacity bequeathed to it by God, having the imago Dei, the image and likeness of God, but that divine legislation is an aspect not of divine will but of divine intellect, right? The divine legislation is how things work based upon how they are created. And so yes, while we have the power to create things of our own, in a way analogous to the God's creation, when we try to legislate things, when we try to make laws apart from just how things work that we have created, then we essentially try to usurp God's authority and act inappropriately, applying power where power ought not to be wielded. And so again, I think either of these would, any of these would work for submission, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure which I would want to go for. All right, let's do this. The thing. The sword accepted you as its master. So I'll say there are elements of the design of the Master Sword that I love and elements that I despise. At least it doesn't have a round handle anymore, but having a diamond cross-section handle is not much better. At least it does allow you to index the blade fine. And then that weird ring. Oh, excuse me. That disc just below the quillions of the guard. That is doing, like, nothing but adding a gratuitous amount of weight by the hilt. Like, I don't like that. You can do something that gives it that kind of a look without it having to be this big chunky disc, you know? Anyway, but otherwise, I love the ricasso and the shape of the blade. I love the coloration of it, the silver and purple the silver purple and bits of traces of gold and black in there. That all of that is really, really nice. I even like the overall shape, like the wing-looking, almost the wing patterns of the quillions, and matching with the diamond pattern of the pommel. All that choice. Nice, very nice design. This is also, I'll note, one of my favorite Master Sword designs. Skyward Sword is up there with the actual, like, the final version of it. But this might have to be my favorite of them. Again, except for that stupid weird disc thing. I don't dig that. This thing is the embodiment of the evil magic that Zant casts on you. It's definitely different from our tribe's shadow magic. Careful. If you touch it, you'll turn back into a beast. This thing is too dangerous. It's probably for the best if we just leave it here, huh? On the other hand, if we kept it, you'd be able to transform into a beast anytime you wanted. Yeah, since Zant was kind enough to give this to us, we should be thankful and use it all we can. If you need it, just call me. I want to keep a low profile, so I'll hide in your shadow when you're human. But I can change you whenever. You can be a wolf anytime you like. Also, thanks to this thing, you can warp whenever you want by switching to wolf form. Hey, but listen, Link. I've got a little favor to ask. Would you mind coming with me to find something called the Mirror of Twilight? It's hidden somewhere in Hyrule. Yes, the Mirror of Twilight, our last potential link to Zant. She's being much more white and courteous. She's actually asking instead of demanding now, which is nice. Oh, hey, it switched me out of the Zora armor. Interesting. Okay, let's go. Awesome. Oh man, it's also much longer than the Ordon sword. Wow, I had forgotten about that. I mean, the sharpened part of the blade is probably about the same length. It's just that extra ricasso that gives it the extra length. Very nice. Again, I love the design of it. There is, of course, the back scabbard problem, which is a really, really typical problem for Link. Like this, that's impossible. I don't know if you noticed that. But that doesn't actually work. A slug. Or a snail. Yeah, drawing the sword like that, did you see it just sort of phase through the sheath? Or the scabbard? Because it does. Same with stowing it. Which, I mean, look, I get it. It's not... As cool as back scabbards are, it's not like it's really all that practical. That said, it can be done. Chad of Shadiversity has made a design for a really good back scabbard that honestly I really want to make for my longsword. Oh. Nice. But basically it is open along the top edge about halfway down. But yeah, about halfway down the thing, it's open along the top edge. So like here, from here up, it's open, and it has a little guiding slat on the back here, so you can just sort of slide the blade in, and then slide it down in, something like that. Anyway, I really like the design, and like I said, I'd really like to make one for my for the longsword I've got, which I don't have a scabbard for it. I don't have a sheath or a scabbard for my longsword. I do for my my matching arming sword. I have two leaf blade swords. One of them is an arming sword size. One of them is longsword size. And the longsword one, I don't have a scabbard for, or a sheath or anything. No, it would be. It's fine for sharpness at the edge so long as it is a reasonably tight fit. It is open in the sense that it's like it's not fully enclosed all the way around, but it's still enclosed in that it has a liner, right? So I think his is a wool liner. He's got like basically felt wool. I'll get out of here. Oh, up there. Okay. He's basically got felt wool on either side, on the top and bottom of the inside of the scabbard, and so it's sort of wedged in there with like oiled wool, and so it's probably decently fine for edge retention, I would think. The only issue might be weathering. It would probably not keep water out in like rain very well. But I mean, look, if you're walking around with a sword in the rain, you're gonna have to clean the damn thing anyway. So, you know. All right, let's warp out of here. I don't know if I can. Realistically, I don't know if I can stay here. Not yet. We're done now. Yeah, I need to get to there. So Castletown, yeah? No, let's go to... Yeah, let's go south Farron Woods. And go up through Hyrule Field. Yeah, let's do that. That'll work. Oh, as far as scraping the edge, I don't think so. I mean, it could, because it slides out partway normally, and then you pivot, right? You pivot on the point of the blade that's usually unsharpened, the ricasso anyway. Once you pull it out maybe 8 to 12 inches, and then you pivot to get it out of the scabbard, and then just draw it out. I think it wouldn't be much of a problem. I just don't think it would be much of a problem. Maybe. I mean, it could be. It could be an issue. Now, that said, my longsword is not actually sharpened. It's for stage combat, so it's got a blunted edge. So, I mean, you know, I don't have to particularly worry about that part. I do have to worry about the cleaning aspect of it. Like, I would want, if it's out in the elements, I would want it to be more or less enclosed. For my arming sword, I've got an enclosed leather sheath rather than like a wooden scabbard. And for that is completely enclosed. You can oil the thing. So. Oh yeah, it's just the one. I'll actually, you know what? I'll link. Actually, somebody put it in my Discord server in the history channel. By the way, if you're not in the Discord, go check it out. It's gotcha. It's linked down below, the join link. It should be a permanent one. So feel free to jump in there. But yeah, it's somebody put it in the history channel. One of Diversity's videos on it. Just a shorter version of his sort of design. Oh look, Mailman. Shorter version of his design from a Twitter video, that sort of thing, in response to Link playing with the backstabber. Yeah, that's actually what made me think of this. I'd forgotten that's where I got the topic from. Greetings, Mr. Link. A letter from Telma. Okay, from Telma. Huh? Business concluded. Onward to mail. All right. Well, I gotta go to Castletown first, but I will read it. Ooh. Oh, wrong thing. Link, there's some folks I want you to meet. So come to my bar right away. These guys will be powerful allies for you. You heard me. Come by. I'll be waiting at my Castletown bar, Telma. Alright then, I will. Can't jump it. Okay. What can I do about that? Can I bomb it? No, I can't. That's really irritating.
With pictures. You then.
Oh, I have to get off before I can warp.
Speak to your picture.
Yeah, I have to go through Castletown to get to the southern Hyrule Field, don't I? I know I'm missing a sword technique. I need to figure out where the Howley statue is. I think it's in Farron somewhere that I missed it. There might be an Eldon. I don't know. I gotta look it up and figure it out. Well, let's go into town, and then we'll head out the south gate if we can. How about that? How about that? I mean... Alright. Okay, we can. We can just go out here. Awesome. Yeah, if I were to do it, I would basically be wanting to use a bunch of single-ply plywood. I think that would be probably the best way of assembling this thing. Single-ply plywood and then gluing it. Maybe small nails, maybe really, really small nails, that sort of thing. But glue would probably be the best way of doing it. How do I get up there? I can't claw shot that, can I? Oh yeah, the Hylian language on all the signs and on the map and all that stuff. It's very cool. Like a lot of this game is nicely immersive like that. Can I claw shot? I claw shot it. I should have put it. I forgot. I keep forgetting I have to hold it. No. Okay, but I can claw shot up there, can't I? No, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can. I just missed. I'm silly. Oh, shoot. Okay. Sorry, wrong button. God, I have to hold the button. I keep forgetting that I need to hold the button. Let's try again. Oh, I have to be a wolf, don't I? That's why. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. That's what they always say. Eh. What the... This better be worth it. Whatever this is, better be worth it. How do I get over there? What? Do I need the damn, spinner thing? I might need the spinner. This doesn't look like a spinner track, but it might be. Yeah, it's got to be a spinner.
To reach more.
Here we go. Oh, hello, puppy. I'm sorry, but I don't speak puppy. Do you want to play?
What was wanted is me.
Oh, can I do it here?
I'll pay any money.
Thanks. Why, hello. I'm so sorry, but I was just finishing up here. If there's something you need, you'll simply have to visit me and my posh castle on the other side of the gate. Okay. Oh, it's down there. I hear the wolf panting. I have to go down there, though. Hey, bug. Hey, Agatha, you missed it. It was right behind you. Well, there's a Goron bashing away down there. Now, let me get the secret technique. Then I'll see what's up with that. Let's see if the Goron has something. What? Oh, that lets you drop into the river and go straight down to Lake Hylia. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. It's been a little bit. It's weird that the overworld is so complicated to navigate in this game. I always thought that was weird. Like, Hyrule Field is not just a field anymore. It's this, like, maze of areas, you know? Woo! Here we meet again. It appears your efforts have begun to return some vigor to Hyrule. But it is far too early to relax. Do you feel ready to earn another hidden skill to steel yourself for the forthcoming battles against more powerful foes? I do. Very well. Before we begin, I must test you to ensure you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the shield attack. Now then, come at me. Gotcha. Excellent. It appears you are capable of performing my lost art. Very well. My third hidden skill is the backslice. Let it be hewn into your mind. A mere shield attack is no match for an enemy protected not just by a shield, but by thick, full-body coat of armor. Such enemies are often focused on guarding against frequent frontal attacks. They often leave their rear unprotected. This is when you target it. You backslice. Like that. Now try it. Kerclang. Alright, cool. Carry yourself well. Not forget the proper timing for swinging your sword when you jump. Third hidden skill, the backslice, has been passed on. Alright, awesome. There are still 4 hidden skills for you to learn. Do not neglect your daily sword training between now and the time you come to learn the next skill. Maybe we meet again. Okay, I hope we do. I feel like I lost one. I feel like I missed one because I should have the sudden draw or whatever by now, I think. Yeah, I could be wrong. I think I should have the sudden draw, the draw attack, or I forget what it's called. The one where you can suddenly attack somebody for massive damage so long as you're not targeting them. Alright, what this? Might have missed. Did not miss. Did waste a bomb, though, but that's fine. No big deal. Hey there, Goron. Hey, you're that human, yes. The other Gorons told me about you, brother. Just take a look at these rocks. Amazing. Is there a landslide or something? What are you doing here, brother? Are you trying to pass through here? If I drank some hot spring water, it might give me the strength to break through a big rockfall like this. Hey, brother, if you find some hot spring water, you should come see me again. Interesting. Okay. There's got to be a place to warp right around here, right? Isn't there? Or no? Or is there not? There just isn't. Is there? Alright, well, that means I'm going to have to get the hot spring water. I'm going to have to warp to outside Castletown and walk back through. I'll do that at some point soon. Is that done tonight? I'll get 20 minutes. I actually might want to wrap up early. Still not feeling 100%. And I got some papers still to grade tonight. Either way, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go to Telma's bar first. And then we'll wrap up after that tonight. Let's go here first, and then we'll wrap up for tonight. Probably won't take another 20 minutes, but, you know. Hey, mailman. What to order, what to order? I do believe I'll start with meat. Good man. Good man.
Oh.
Oh my, if it isn't Link. You've made it. Have you been, honey? Mercy, but you've good timing. I was just talking about you.
Hey.
Hey, everyone. Introduce yourselves. This handsome young man is the infamous Link. You remember what I told you before, honey. These are friends. These are those friends I mentioned. The ones who are trying to help deal with all the troubles in Hyrule. Actually, there's more of us, but there's been a disturbing turn of events in the Western Desert, so he's going to check it out. He's an older man named Auru. If you happen to meet him, definitely take the time to talk with him, okay, honey? Well, you've come all the way here, honey, so don't you relax? So why don't you relax a bit? Why don't you be sociable and talk to these folks? They're a jolly bunch. Little Codger Auru is at Lake Hylia studying the desert. Very jolly, very sociable, very demure. Oh, hello there. You must be Link, correct? I'm Shad. Wonderful to meet you. Oh, I should have given him an Australian accent. I didn't realize. Oh well. Telma told me all you'd been up to. You're rather formidable. I'm rather not, I'm afraid. Well, I'm formidable at book reading, but I lack, shall we say, physical skills. That said, if the history and legends of Hyrule are your cup of tea, I'm your fellow. If you're curious, just ask away. I am a little bit. What about the Goral? I'm Ashay. I grew up in the mountains with my father, who was a knight in his own right. He taught me the arts of war, as though I was his son. Of course, lessons in common courtesy are not part of the regiment, so forgive me if I come off as rude, yeah? Listen, before I blab both of your ears off, I want to tell you something. Snow Peak, the mountain to the north of Hyrule, is unlike any mountain I've ever known. I don't know much yet, but things happen there that happen on no other mountain I know of. Evil controls it. As soon as I know something more, I'll tell you. Until then, you should stay away, yeah. Okay, what about... Yeah, okay. It's been a long time. Link? My wife Uli sent word to me. I've seen the children in Kakariko Village. And of course, I've also heard of your adventures. I must thank you for your help with Colin, Link. I barely recognized him. In any case, I'm troubled by my own inaction. I want to help the cause. These friends here, I've had a connection with them for a long while. Like the others, I'm gathering information now. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Awesome. Good to see Russell. How's that Ilya doing, honey? I'm sure that shaman will find a way to get her memory back. That Renato is a talented man, for sure. Anyway, honey, you've got your own things to worry about, so you just make sure you do what needs doing right now, okay? Listen, honey, if you're puzzled about what you ought to be doing, why not go see our friend Auru, as a man who knows things. Right now, he's off investigating Hyrule's western desert. If you need detailed directions, take a peek at that map on the table. I will do that eventually. Next week, I think. For now, though, I think I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to wrap it there. Call it a night. Little early to stop tonight, but I think we got to reunite with Russell. We got to meet the crew, the start of the crew. That is also something about this game that is that, like, all of these extra side characters are more than you would get in most Zelda games, even in more of the recent ones. There haven't been this big of a cast of side characters, you know. Quiver, big wallet. What do I have here? A ladybug, a snail. It might be a female. Okay, well, they're not exactly too dimorphic. Upper Zora River. South Field. There's 2 per little region, I think, is the thing. I can, by the way, re-equip my old shield. But there's no good reason to. The Ordon shield. There's absolutely no good reason to downgrade back. Look at that length difference. But yeah, for that is one thing that I kind of lament about this game. Is there's no good reason to downgrade back shield or sword. There is for the armor, because there's also the magic armor, which just sucks rupees instead of damage. With the Zora armor versus the hero armor, swimming is great, but it's weak against fire and ice, so you only really want to use it for niche circumstances. The hero's clothes are just, normal. And then there's the magic armor for when you're just about to get fucking pummeled. But yeah, I do. I like that the different outfit sets have their various benefits and drawbacks. But excuse me. I kind of wish that the like the shields and the swords each had their benefit. Like if like electrical attacks would conduct through the Hylian shield or something, but won't through the Ordon shield. Like in Skyward Sword did that. I mean, that's why they introduced weapons breaking in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, solution to obsolete gear. That's true. That's true. It's one solution. It's not my preferred solution, though. I prefer things with trade-offs, right? Things that are just, even if it's just strictly better, but there are certain things, certain minor things that are worse about it. Like overall, yeah, absolutely worth switching. But under some niche circumstances, you would want to go back to it, Um, I don't like the breakable items gimmick in the Switch games. I'm not a fan, really. Um, I don't know. It doesn't seem it seems, I don't know, too far off. Ooh, excuse me, too far off from the Zelda formula, really, for me. But maybe not. I haven't played it, so I can't say for absolute certain. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna call it there. It's almost midnight, not quite, but it's getting close enough. So I am gonna call it. I'm gonna take a rest for the night, rest my voice, get some grading done, then hopefully finish up these papers I've got tonight and move on to some other stuff. Anyway, I might do something brief Thursday. We'll see. Probably just more grading, honestly. But I might hang on Discord with you guys. Otherwise, I expect to see you guys again next week. But then Thanksgiving week, we're going to be traveling, so I'm not going to be around for that, basically that whole week. So I'm going to take a week off from streaming. Not going to be streaming Tuesday, not going to be streaming Thursday, especially because Thursday is Thanksgiving. So I'll be missing that one. But but next week, excuse me, next week we're probably going to we might just do a heck ton of side quests. We might get to Lanayru Desert a little bit. We're probably not going to get to the temple or anything, but we're probably just mostly going to do a bunch of side quests next week. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I will definitely see you then. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys. Thanks for joining me again. And until then, remember, don't be safe. Be well. More importantly, be good. Night.